Hello, everyone, and I am Aramil, but not tonight. Tonight I'm the DM, and tonight we will be, if you all remember right, going through Fungus Humongous, an encounter that is in the Hoard of the Dragon campaign book. So if anyone's curious, they can go look up what that is, except the players. Punishable by death, character death. And you'll get to see my weird little twists on it to find out how I'm going to screw with my players tonight. All right. Other than that, we will, well, I guess, Adam's right there. All right. We'll hop kind of right into it. So, as you players may remember, you awoke from the previous night to find the entire countryside covered in this fungus. Strange, blackish fungus. What do you do? The entire countryside, too. This includes the road.
So it's daytime, though?
It is daytime now, but the fungus are all over. Ooh, wait. I know how to make this look weird. I'm going to back up this carriage with all these people in it a little bit. Perfect. And then we're just going to put a big, ugly square. That's not necessary. You guys get the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, these
Assume all these
beautiful flowers are all
fungus.
spores. All right.
But also, so is the road. Everything is fungus.
So, the carts are covered?
No, everything on the ground is fungus. You can, even if you look back on the road, you notice it's also fungus. For a pretty decent distance.
Look over at the DNA and just go, what kind of fuckery did you do?
It wasn't me this time.
This time,
She's the one with the nature magic.
I was over here playing with my herbalism kit, minding my own goddamn business.
Odin will smite you if you lie.
I'm not lying.
X-Ray looks into the sky, just kind of waiting to see if anything comes down. All right.
I imagine there's some actual, believers of religion that truly check the sky every time they lie. Is that a bad one? Was it?
probably.
Is that a white lie? Not a white lie? What are we doing? All right. Can we do an investigation check to see more into the fungus?
You may do a nature check.
Either way, it's +0 for me.
A nature. I'll do one too.
Okay. All right, we got a 4.
I rolled a 21.
And a 21.
All right, so we have a 4 and a 21. Anybody else? Nature checks?
I'll go.
Yeah, the druid should.
I was about to say, the druid should probably do it. All right, so this is unfortunate.
You got an 18.
No, that's not that.
Technically, Osiris
actually-
still hasn't. Osiris hasn't
Oh, yeah.
rolled.
Oh, I'm
Osiris.
sorry. I was zoomed.
He only half listens.
Yeah, no, I was updating something else. Sorry. What was the roll? I apologize.
Nature
I was
check.
not
Nature.
listening. Nature check.
No, you're good, man.
Nature.
It's the beginning of the session. We're all getting into the vibe.
Nat 20.
Okay, so yeah, so the Nat 20 and the DNA and basically everyone but X-Ray recognizes these as tiny shriekers. A blackish fungus that, although doesn't present exactly poison, if you step on it, you will hear a literal moan of pain. And it
Okay.
releases small black spores.
Okay.
Light it on fire.
Did somebody say
The
fire?
whole field on fire.
Yeah.
You guys is a massive countryside.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify what's about to happen here before I
So,
go
like,
any
even
further.
if the horses and the cart start to roll over it, it'll make a loud noise?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Oh, technically, I don't know this yet. No one's told me.
So, you notice that the mushrooms in areas where they've been crushed or been moved out of the way by some of the other, merchants' guards and things who are testing them out. You notice that they're growing actually quite quickly, almost like they're replacing themselves as quickly as they're destroyed. So it's a very fast-growing fungus.
But it's not growing on any of the carts or anything.
Not in the carts. It's not able to attach to the carts quite yet. Not without some time, and not without the carts getting real saturated.
So do we just press on?
Well, if we stay here too long, the carts will get saturated.
Right.
Nothing
Well,
less.
we can just all
nothing
cover
less than
our
getting
mouths
rubbed.
and noses with cloth and just keep on rolling.
Okay. All right. So
I try to hop from my cart to the other cart, and I tie a little bandana around Adonis's nose and mouth, and then I hop back over to the other cart.
Seeing he
Okay.
doesn't breathe, that is quite a feat.
I mean, he might be. I don't know. I really honestly don't know how that works.
it's all right.
If he can bleed, then he can breathe, so
Does he bleed?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. So,
Oh boy.
so if we're just gonna shove off.
I
Should I give
mean,
you guys more background, or are you feeling like you could make a decision here?
I mean, I'm always going to be down for some more info if you are going to be forthright with it.
yes.
As the other merchants on the caravan seem to be discussing, they haven't recognized it. A couple of them have, and word is spreading what they are, but most of them are still unaware. So they are panicking. They're not sure. They don't want to drive through it. They're convinced it's. Several of them are convinced that it's poison, very deadly.
I think he's joking.
Since some of you have identified that it's not deadly, you could choose to push through, thus proving the example that, it's not deadly. But you also might be very far ahead of the caravan, and therefore if something else happened, not even implying if something does, but I'm just saying if something else happened, you'd be alone.
Haven't we been alone this whole time, essentially? We've had to save other people from this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have other carts in the photo files that are full of other people, for other encounters. So those just wouldn't be available if you shove off on your own, at least not right away.
Technically, aren't we employed by somebody, so we wouldn't even be making the decision?
That is also correct, yes. But you would have to inform this person that these are not deadly.
Extra is just still trying to look over the cart and see what they are because he
I was
no
about to
idea
say,
what
you're
the fuck it
at a
is.
4. No one's
Oh.
told you they're not safe
I know.
either.
I'm just looking over the like, just
Speaking
like
of-
twiddling some fire in my hand.
One second.
Trying to decide how I'd react.
Forgot my Red Bull.
Oh God, Red Bull this late at night.
Unofficial sponsor of my ability to, run campaigns.
Yeah. Drinks.
All right. So that's right. Keeps us awake and alive.
Water.
All right. So
What is alive?
has anyone told the merchant that they are free? They're safe.
I feel like it's a trap. I want to say yes, but I feel like it's a trap.
You
But
did
I feel
kind
like
of already warn us that there was a twist.
I actually
Mhm.
did. I just said I was going to twist the encounter. That just means if you read the book, you're not going to get all the answers.
Oh, don't read the book.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna stick out my hand over the side of the cart, and I'm gonna spray out poison spray from my hand.
Oh gosh.
See if it affects the fungus.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Well,
Okay.
I need the fucking fungus to roll a Constitution saving throw.
The fungus is already dead. So I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I rolled a 10.
Wow, you are very lucky. So, you hear a very distressing thousands of tiny screams in your head. But
In my
thankfully-
head?
In your head.
They're psychedelic shrooms.
Oh
You're
god.
convinced suddenly that you have harmed a living thing, a living creature. However, because you survived your Constitution saving throw, you're able to kind of keep yourself grounded. Like, all right, this is just what these do. We already confirmed what they are. We're good.
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna look over at X-Ray and be like, they're screaming.
Look back. What's screaming?
The fungus. It's screaming at me, but in my head.
Did you inhale?
No. I wish. It would make this more fun.
I don't doubt that.
It's not that type of fungus.
So, do you guys know what this is?
It's not deadly. But it is in pain?
Tiny shriekers. That's what the fungus is called in common circles.
It's called what? Tiny what?
Tiny
Shriekers.
shriekers.
Shriekers?
Oh, so maybe it's just like a chemical reaction that's happening that makes it sound like they're screaming.
And
But
that's why
it-
it screams only in your head.
Well,
And it's got to be some sort of.
It's still a
What?
living thing, like the violet fungus that you guys fought before. You know, it's still a living fungus. It has traits and technically an HP bar, but you know, it's not a violent creature. It couldn't like reach out and attack you.
a lot of things talk to me in my head, specifically. So that's broad. It's broad.
So, should we push on then? Is it safe to?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
It
If
will
we
not.
stay still for too long, we might get saturated in it anyways.
Yeah, I don't want to be fungus.
Well,
Yeah.
Find the barkeep and let's get moving.
All right.
You might want to cover your ears.
All right. So after being informed of what it is and everything, he shoves off. As you guys are rolling through, the cart is moving rather slow, you know, being hindered by the fungus. Eventually, off far in the distance, you can see an area where there's not fungus.
Like a small isolated area, or like
Nope,
it stopped
just
growing here?
seems to be the edge of this like fungal plane that formed overnight.
Okay, let's strive to hit that.
Everyone roll a Constitution saving throw.
Son of a biscuit.
Also a 21, but not a nat.
Woo!
Other
16.
18.
Oh,
Oh
6.
no.
All right, so X-Ray, the screaming is starting to get to you.
I'm just gonna look over and see him making a face, and I'm just gonna be like, "Can you hear them screaming now?"
Yes, quite loudly.
I told you I'm not crazy.
That doesn't prove it.
Well, it proves it to a point. Okay.
So, yeah, after about 15 minutes, X-Ray is beginning to lose it a little bit. Let me just do Istrix real quick. And we're just going to pretend the other people... Okay, so Istrix is also back there just knocking the blunt part of his axe against his head, like trying to keep his head straight, essentially.
Every time he hits it, just a little shock goes onto his head.
Basically, like he's giving himself a little bit of like electroshock therapy, just like must stay focused. And as the screaming continues, you just keep hearing it. It's getting louder and louder. it's like more of them are dying, even though you haven't changed the pace of the cart. It's constant.
Is it to me, or does it seem like there's more of them now?
I don't really think there's more of them.
The cart comes to a full stop.
Uh-oh.
Can we inspect the cart for condition?
You can. So you're going to step off the cart?
No, I'm going to look over the side.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for an investigation check then.
19.
All right. So everything looks fine. It's just the cart seems to be stuck on a rather larger chunk of mushrooms in front of it.
I'm gonna put like a pair of like leather gloves on or something that I have, and I'm going to like get on my belly, and I'm gonna like over the edge of the back of the cart, and I'm gonna like grab a handful, and then I'm gonna like pull myself back up.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just kind of want to like look at it, see
At the mushrooms or just
Yeah.
Okay.
the mushrooms in my hand. Yeah.
Okay, so looking closely at them, a couple of them have like little black spores kind of falling out where they've been broken, more or less. But other than that, they're just doing the same thing. They are all screaming.
Do they have mouths or faces, or is it just coming off of them?
It's like the sound, even though it's only in your head, if you had to give it a source, seems to be coming from like the opening of the mushroom,
Like where
From
it
where
was
you
pulled
broke
out
it.
of the ground?
from where it was broken. Yes.
Is it coming
If
from
I
the
understood
part?
right, you picked some up, right?
Right, but is it coming from the ground or is it coming from the part in my hand?
The part in your hand. Well, also the ground. Both. It's coming from both.
Yes.
Yes. The answer is that.
Wherever it's been severed.
Yeah, the severing points are all screaming, even though you're the only one who can hear it from those.
I'm gonna take my other hand in a leather glove and I'm gonna pinch the bottom where I tore it. Does it stop screaming?
This end gets quieter.
So we're caught on a mushroom, though.
You're caught on a mushroom, or a clump of mushrooms, if you will.
So I look over at Osiris.
Yes.
Should I hit it?
I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but if shit goes wrong, like I'm always in.
So I'm actually going to cast Sacred Flame at the bundle of mushrooms.
Okay.
So technically it's a dex save.
Yeah, but it's done.
Yeah.
So as you do this, the inside essentially, because the flame kind of creates. Doesn't
It's a
just
radiant.
fire.
It's a radiant, not
Yeah.
a fire.
So it radiates out from the
BRB.
point which you pointed at, or from which you cast at. And as you do that, you just hear it. You hear the screaming, and since these are larger mushrooms, like these ones have been growing for a while, it's so much louder in your head. I need you to roll a con save with disadvantage.
Nine,
Not
which
great.
is oddly
Okay.
still better than my other ones.
Yeah, but yeah.
So X-Ray is just literally going to like keel over and covering his
He's-
ears, trying to block
so-
everything out.
I need you to roll actually a what would you call that? No, you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. Another con save, normal, but I'll just say the check is very high.
Well, my 9 isn't going to do it.
No, it's
You
not.
need to refresh. You got like 4 9s.
So, as you do this, the path has been cleared. You burst the 5-foot section where the wheels could start turning again. And as you do that, you pass out. Like the
All
screaming
right.
in your head was so severe that you just pass out.
I'm gonna like crawl. I'm gonna throw the mushrooms in my hand out of the cart, take my gloves off, and then run over to X-Ray and like grab his face and be like, X-Ray, X-Ray.
So as the carts begin moving again, you're trying to wake up X-Ray. And X-Ray, I'll just tell you, you are having one of the most like horrifying dreams of your entire life.
Gotcha. It's a Tuesday.
Lit.
It involves the screaming. Like, it's as if you are hearing... Basically, you find yourself in a temple of Odin. Except you're in chains. Because they are screaming at you because you have betrayed the tenets of your god. To the point where they're about to execute you in your dream.
So in this, I'm literally just like chained up, stripped of all my armor, wearing just like clothing rags of thralls, slaves.
You're in front of the head priest of your church, like the one you left to come on this adventure, essentially. With a rag over your head, you can kind of see obscurely. You know what's happening, but you can obscurely see him through there, and you recognize the lighting and things like that, the stained glass windows. You know this air, you know this room.
Spent most of my life here.
But this is the first time anyone's ever been, like the screaming is now taken on this semblance of the people that you knew in the village, in the place where this church was, just swearing at you, throwing insults and mockery, and just calling you a monster. Out in the real world, everybody roll one more con save. Yeah, you missed the horrifying dream that I made him suffer. So everybody else do a con save again.
19.
All right.
12.
Okay, so Cyrus, you are starting to lose it with the screaming a little bit.
Okay.
You get a little fed up with it. You're not holding on. Istrik, Adine, you said it was a 12?
Yes, she said 12.
Sakura's a 12, yep.
Oh, Sakura's a 12, yeah.
Yeah.
You said a D.
Okay. Oh, my bad. I said everybody. No, I did. That's my bad. Anyway, I had to think my own words. Yeah, so everybody's good except Osiris. Osiris, you are starting to get a little pissed off with the screaming.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on the mushrooms to see if they're magical.
Nothing comes back. It's just mushrooms being mushrooms.
Interesting.
So, X-Ray, back in your dream, the cloth has been ripped off your head, and you're face to face with your head priest, and you look around and no one's there. But you can still hear all the screaming. And he just looks at you and says, well, someone had to take the fall. And then he touches your forehead with a very lightning charged 2 fingers. And then back in the real world, everyone roll a con save again.
Oh god. 9.
Oh.
Oh!
Living
Adina
that one.
passes out from the screaming. And since she was apparently, if I have, that's right, he has his own cart driver. Never mind. I was about to say, was she driving the cart? I don't remember that.
The cart's still rolling forward, though. They're still rolling forward towards the non.
Yeah, the horses are just going. Funnily enough, they're not sentient enough or like conscious. They're not aware enough of reality, basically, to feel this impulse of the spores, of the fungus, as it were. But Adine passes out, and Adine, you are finding yourself alone in a big city. With your natural powers completely unavailable to you. You essentially find yourself alone in a city, hundreds of people around, and yet you feel nothing. It's like you try to reach out to your magic or your connection with, even your friends. Dead air, like a radio with no signal. X-Ray,
Yeah.
you. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Osiris failed too. Osiris, roll another one because you're about to decide whether or not you pass out.
Also a 9.
He touches
The lightning
himself.
from his hand enters your body, or your dream body, and you just lights out. Pitch blackness. You died in your dream.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Basically.
Osiris, you were a pirate in your background, right? At one point?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you were on the seas, and you're having the time of your life at first. You're like, oh my god, this is awesome. There's a storm going, but your guys are managing it. And then you just look back, and there's no one on the ship.
No, frick.
There's no one steering the ship. You're up at the front thinking you're just enjoying being, part of the crew. But you're alone. I'm going to need you to roll a survival check for your
Ooh.
own dream.
Ooh.
And
A 6.
Oh.
You
Killing it.
fail to tie the knots and keep the boat steered. And it shatters. Like it hits the wrong wave and you
Oh
feel
no.
the deck just split. You fall into the water. And at first, it's just nothing but darkness.
Oh god.
Bruh.
And then you see the lights. Cut to another con save. Which is really just Sakura at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
well,
like everyone else is
That
on top.
last time we all rolled, I
Sorry.
rolled a 6.
And District. You rolled another one?
Well,
Was it
the one,
six?
the last time we all rolled, I rolled
Yeah.
a 6.
Okay, what did you roll this time? Because now the screaming's getting to you.
I will roll another one.
Okay?
I rolled a 13.
You're still good. The screaming is getting to you, but you're not quite at the point where you're like...
I'm like used to things
Losing.
like yelling at me in my head, so I'm just like, "Nah, whatever." And
So-
I just feel like my friends start dropping, and I'm just like, what is going on?
And it's finally... And that broke your concentration last time, which is why suddenly you're like, why is everyone dropping? Oh, my freaking head. And then you kind of centered yourself again. You're like, all right, it's gonna be okay. X-Ray, you see what you believe is the god Odin in your dream. Speaking to you, but you can't hear him. And this realization comes to your worst fear, at least in this part of your life. You cannot hear the voice of your own god trying to give you the most important message of your life. And that's when you wake up
Okay.
accidentally casting. You still have the flame spear. Flame
Am I
spear.
about to get my shit wrecked? Because I'm right in front of... I'm still like shaking your
Well,
head like,
if
"Fuck,
I'm
God."
disconnected from my god now, technically I don't have spells.
You're not disconnected from your god. The dream is a
Dream.
fear only. You wake up after this horrifying realization to still hear the screaming and in like gut reaction from all that tension in your body and all that fear. You cast a random casting of flame sphere out into the pile of mushrooms, essentially.
Oh,
Or
okay.
into a section of mushrooms.
I was like, into me? Oh God.
You burn the whole cart down. Just kidding.
And this whole section right here, let's just say this like 15 feet of, even though it's a 5-foot thing, spreads the fire, and then they dissipates, but you hear all that screaming, and I'm going to need you to roll another con save.
So we can kill them, but we will have never-ending
Another
nightmares.
9.
Okay, seriously.
I've
you need to
refreshed 3
refresh.
times. I've refreshed
What
3
the
times.
fuck? It's glitching. Remember that happened to me, and I rolled 8 like for every single roll.
Roll another save just to reference it, like a strength save or a dex save or something, just to see.
Yeah, because I got a 14 out.
There you go.
But roll another con save.
There was another con.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh damn! My wife's taking a shower. I'm missing it.
So, Tyrus,
Yes.
you see the lights of what you believe is hopefully something friendly.
Yay.
It's not.
Of course not.
You recognize the tentacles of illuminated kraken
Ah, fuck.
reaching for what you now see, even more terrifying, are your crew members
Aw, man.
and you. And so I'm gonna need you to roll a dex save. And while you do that, Adine, you're in a back alley. You have no powers. You find yourself in scrappy clothes like an orphan. Which direction do you go? There are 4 ways: north, south, east, or west.
North.
Okay. You come to a crossroads, and it is left or right.
Left.
All right. Do you go third time? Do you go straight or do you turn right?
Straight.
Okay. Last one. Do you turn the corner or do you open the door?
Turn the corner.
You come face to face with what almost looks like an undead bear.
It's the remnants of the one that Fallon
Ryan.
killed.
No, this is a grizzly. This is a grizzly, not a polar
Swear to
bear.
God, y'all.
Our stream started with.
The next campaign we do, my character is going to be a bear.
Ooh, there we
Werewolf.
go.
I want to be a bear.
Bear.
Won't be a bear. So, Adine, you find yourself face to face with this undead-looking bear, or almost like a bear spirit. And
Like
it
in Brother
speaks to you.
Bear?
Say what?
Like in Brother Bear?
I guess, except it's not happy to see you.
How rude.
It looks to you, and as you start like staring it down, you notice other animal spirits kind of starting to surround you in this what was an alleyway now seems to be just like an open sort of, not cavern, but let's just say a section of the city. And all you hear is this resonating voice of like, why did you leave me? Where are you? Why did you leave? Why did you go? I wish I could add voice effects on here. Just
Wow,
an
that's a-
echoey, like, why did
That's
you
a
leave?
weird one. Yeah.
And that's when Adine wakes up. Terrified. And since you're a druid, I'm going to need you to suddenly be in beast shape.
Fuck.
So
Wait,
pick
You know
an
what
what
that
did you-
means?
No, what did you pick? Did you take Moon Druid or
Oh, yeah. So whatever your shape is, I'm going to need you to do that. If it's elemental, I'm going to roll a d4.
It's wild shape.
Okay. That could go either way. When you picked a circle, like a druid circle, did you pick land or moon?
Ugh.
She normally picks Moon.
I don't remember though.
Okay, well then we'll pretend we don't know. Then for the time being, you are going to turn into be something funny. Come on, a 4. You're going to be a raccoon.
Yes.
You wake up and look down at your hands, even though you're still hearing the screaming, and you're a raccoon. Your little raccoon mitts are there with their weird thumbs.
But DM, do you remember what's also built into my character sheet about when I take a beast shape?
That you can cast spells still? Oh, no, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Anytime I come out of beast shape, I switch genders.
Oh, well, I guess you're a dude now after this.
She's gonna
Alright.
have a dick.
Will this be the first time this has happened to you then?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well then, you're gonna be dealing with a lot of let's call them wisdom checks on how to handle now having a penis and other things. All right, continuing. Round 7. Everybody roll a con save. That's awake.
I went back unconscious.
I got that deck save. That's where I ended.
Okay. I'll discuss what that means later. Oh, you barely avoid the tentacle and begin frantically swimming for the surface. And that's when Adine, you got a 12. Axray, you're conscious, so con save. Or is that yours, that 14?
No, that was my test one. But
Oh, that was
there's
test
another 14. You can take that one.
All right, so Osiris, Axray. Oh, that was your deck save. All right, so Sakura, I need a con save.
Okay, hold on.
Man, Istrik is not having it with these screams. He's just
I rolled a 10.
right on the border there. Okay, so you're still holding on. You're annoyed by the screams, but you are not suffering the true effects of the problem. Osiris, as you reach
Yes.
the surface, you find a door with a woman on it. No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing Titanic. No, you find a piece of debris though. You try to climb onto it, and as you do, you see a tentacle begin to probe out of the water. What do you do?
Oh God.
Do you sit still and hope it doesn't get you? Do you attack it? Do you try to swim away? What do you do?
I feel like I'm going to defend myself by attacking it. So I feel like I'd swing out.
That's in character. All right. You swing out of the tentacle, and unfortunately for you, that alerts it to where you are.
Fuck.
2 more smaller tentacles reach out and grab onto you and pull the debris down. And all you hear is an old thing that your captain said when you decided you were going to leave the ship. He said, "No one ever escapes the sea, boy."
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And you wake up.
Okay.
Everyone roll a con save again. I'm enjoying this.
4.
Oof.
Axray, you thought you had become grounded on this, but you are suddenly getting it again. You're just like, I am getting angry. The screaming is getting to me again, but all you can think is like, I cannot make the mistake of looking out, of giving in. I cannot go back into that dream.
So in that, can I actually cast a spell?
You can cast a spell. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Bless on the party.
That's a great idea. So you bless who?
So-
You can only bless 3 of them.
No, I did it at 3rd level, so I can bless up to 5.
All right, so you bless all the active players, basically?
Correct.
All right, so that is the target can roll a d4 to attacking or saving throw.
Basically,
to
this
one-
is just to do an extra d4 when you're doing your con save.
Whenever a target makes... Yep, okay. The fungus is getting less, thick at the edges, so the card is beginning to move faster. Everyone roll another con save.
I rolled 6.
All right, that's your second one. Roll one more, Sakura. Oh,
So I rolled... Mine grand total is 18.
okay, you're good.
I rolled an 8.
9.
Don't forget, you
Okay,
guys have
so-
to roll your Bless.
You have to roll the d4 for
It's
bless?
a
Oh,
d4.
I
I have
just-
to roll a d4? Okay, hold on.
You can roll a d4. That will decide what happens here.
11 for me now.
6.
All right.
I rolled a 10 total.
All right, you're holding on by a thread. And Adine, what did you? Oh, you rolled a 3. So yeah, nothing's gonna save you there. So, Adine, the screaming is starting to get to you again, and it's getting louder because the card is moving faster. But thankfully, that also means you guys are closer to the edge. I won't even lie to you. 2 more rounds.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Another con save for everybody. Let's go.
13.
24.
Hold on, I still gotta roll my d4.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you're good.
Oh, thank God. So altogether 15 for me.
I'm just rolling it for the hell of it.
Everybody
27.
On that one. This last one is going to be with disadvantage. As you guys are exiting, you roll over one really large one. You feel the bump of it. With that jostling you, you're focused on balance, and you're not as focused on resisting the screaming. So everyone roll with disadvantage.
Oh, hey, look, another 3.
12 total.
Adine, roll one more. Just normal.
17.
I just rolled 2 3s in a row.
20.
Okay, so Adine, you do not fall asleep, or you do not get knocked out. Unfortunately, Sakura, that is your third fail. Actually, fourth, I guess, if you want to go with that. Yeah. You are knocked out. And all you hear is a bunch of deep, almost demonic yelling and several deep male voices yelling back. You open your eyes in the dream to see what looks like a council of spellcasters speaking to what seem to be other spellcasters, but there's something off about them.
Is one of them my dad?
Yes. You fixate on your father, and you can see a handful of soul stones, similar to the one that you've got a hold of. Actually, to the 2 you've gotten a hold of. And that black dust that you see everywhere is coming out of one of the other sorcerers, one of the ones who seems a bit off. He's almost coated in it, but it doesn't seem to enter his body, almost as if he has it under his command. You can't hear what they're saying because your worst fear, at least as far as I'm going to make it up, is that you were left out of learning the greater necromantic secrets of your family and the council they were a part of.
Well, and the fact that my dad is alive, 'cause he's definitely dead.
Yeah. Well, he's alive in this dream, yes.
Right,
But
right.
yeah.
I'm more
So-
terrified. I'm more terrified that my dad's alive.
That's fair then. So all you hear is the mumbling as they're speaking, and then you see one of them straight up get his throat slit,
Damn.
and your dad implants one of these little stones right into his throat. Roll for Arcana within your dream.
Oh!
Oh.
But you are still blessed in a way.
Correct.
Okay, so I rolled an 18. Let me
Plus a
roll
d4.
D4.
I get to
that
pull
would
out my
be
other benefits of being
A
cleric.
dirty
Hey.
20.
Dirty 20. All right, we'll take it. So, Dirty 20, you suddenly hear and understand what he just did. He didn't bring that man back to life with an unclaimed soulstone. He put that man's soul into the stone. And then after several of the kind of off-looking ones begin to step forward, your dad does something, and all the council except him is suddenly stuck in place. And all you hear was the last thing you hear before you wake up is, "So is that a deal?" And then you wake up in shock, and you see Adonis's soulstone beginning to crawl out of his eye a little bit. Please do a dex save to put that back physically.
I'm actually awake and this is
you're
happening?
awake now, and
Oh.
Adonis is about to basically be undeaded.
Undeaded? Dead?
Unundeaded.
Dead undead?
He's about to
I
be dead
rolled
again.
I rolled a 12 on my dex save.
Plus d4.
Good
Oh,
enough. Oh, yeah, that's
oh.
right. Plus D4. There
Hold
you
on,
go.
hold on.
Yep.
Shit, it's only one. I rolled a 13.
Good enough. You jump back to that cart, and you just jam your hand right in front of that eye, and it just rests back into place, and Adonis is just looking like he always does, stone-faced and unsure. You're unsure if he has emotions, but he's there. And he's alive, technically, still.
I'm just gonna like caress his face and just be like, "You're okay. We're okay. Everything's okay."
And I'm gonna need you to roll an Arcana check real quick for me.
So that was a dirty 20 plus 4, so that's 24.
Okay. You are hearing that you all of a sudden can't hear the screams. What you can hear is that devastating demonic voice from your backpack. Just yelling and wanting out again
Oh God.
and talking a lot of shit.
Okay.
And you guys are free. You guys are out of the fungus humongous.
Woo!
Right.
And
It only takes an hour.
yeah. Oh, I had fun with it. I feel that I've used this to piece together some more background
Right?
for everybody.
I'm
not
just gonna look
bad.
over at Axeray and be like, "We have to fix this stone as soon as possible."
Axray is still kind of like a little discombobulated from his dream. Is kind of afraid to rely on his powers at the moment. So he like raises his hand to try to do some mending. And he's just not feeling anything come out right now.
I jump back over there and I kneel beside him and I like pat his cheek and I'm just like, "It's okay, it doesn't have to be now, but it has to be soon. I have a feeling it's bad."
The moment that the horses are free of the fungus, Acrony, your employer, kicks them into high gear. Like he's like, "We need to get the hell out of here." You see by Acrony's face that he most likely did also experience some pretty horrifying nightmares and memories of his own, and he's not interested in being here anymore.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Smart
some people
decision.
have a bad trip on shrooms, so.
Yep. With that, you have now actually exited the dark plains that are the, at least, weird, they're the bad start of this journey every time people leave Baldur's Gate. Which means tonight,
We can have a
roaring
fire.
fires.
Ooh.
Okay.
Adine, are you still a raccoon?
Yeah.
All right.
I look over
So-
and I yell to Asterix and I'm just like, "Did we lose the other one?"
And he just like picks her up slightly by the foot, and is just like, "Nah, we got her."
And she chatters.
God.
I'm like, what the hell?
Well, this is unique.
I didn't know she could do that.
What a party!
Right?
All right. So with that, yeah, you all arrive at what is essentially the next campsite. Everything seems peaceful. Everything is peaceful. There's fires roaring. People are
How-
buying all of Acrony's
How
beer.
long of a time was it in between?
Oh, like 6 hours after that. Like they basically, the caravan did not stop, and then they found this little covert area that you can see old remnants of old campsites at.
Okay, so I'm going to
Just
do
pull right.
a trance then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
Ugh.
9.
Your fears about your loss of a god are not abated yet. You are still very afraid that you have somehow lost your connection to your god in the midst of all this. Would anyone else like to do any free time activities while we ride?
I'm going to focus on trying to turn back into a human.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check. Oh yeah. Okay. So eventually, probably after about an hour or so, you pop back into human form. Unrecognizable, seeing as strangely, you seem to have gained a bit of a beard, as well as Oh wait, what is your race again?
She's a half elf.
Half elf.
Never mind. Oh yeah, half elves get beards. Yeah. So you're a half elf. You have a very clean looking, but still beard, nonetheless. And yeah, your hair essentially looks the same though. But your face has taken on some masculine qualities.
You bulked up a little bit in your
Instead
trash
of
panda
Adina,
phase.
you're now Aiden instead of Adina. Just kidding. No.
And
Yeah. Okay.
go ahead.
I was I was just gonna stand up and be like, "What? Who is that?" Because we don't recognize you.
Istrik, who's been here the whole time, basically, and also pretty much I constantly pretend that Istrik is just in the middle of the Speak with Animals ritual. So he heard her talking when she was a raccoon, and he knows full well, like, no, that's the druid person.
What?
I was gonna say lady, but that's obviously not the case. Did I not know?
There. What? I'm just gonna be like confused and like that, but he was a she, right?
I'm a little more worried that I've been referring to her as a she wrongly this whole time.
I know I don't drink that
I'm
much.
not sure about it.
It runs in the family.
Ah.
Oh. So is it just
Curious.
is it just random?
It's beast related.
Okay.
So if you
So
were to,
we don't
if you were to-
exactly know why, but anytime we shift into our wild shape, it just changes.
So if you
Well.
change again, will you change back into a woman?
Probably.
Interesting.
This is going to take some getting used to.
yeah.
Axer's
Yeah.
still just passed out, like in his trance right now, so he has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Oh, also, Aiden, Adine, can we call you Aiden now?
I mean, if you want to.
No, I'll still call you Adine. So, Adine, your female clothes that used to, fit just right are now, they look like when a buff dude tries to put on like a medium shirt.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they look a little bit more like that now.
No one stick good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking like Gaston in a t-shirt, just like, yes. Yeah, so you just, yeah. It's funny that now that you're male, you're actually showing more stomach rather than less. So, all right. So, you guys arrive at the campsite. You get set up. You start guarding the beer. Obviously, you're having a couple drinks yourself because obviously it was a bit of a rough go of it.
Damn right.
All right. As you've been drinking, Adam, I'm gonna need you, actually everybody, roll a Constitution check with advantage. The beer is giving you guts, basically.
All right.
15.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
All right. So, yeah, everybody else, you're feeling good. However, Sakura, you are so thrown by your dream and what you saw. You're trying to figure out if it was a memory or an actual dream or if it was a vision. You have no idea what you saw, but you are very worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull out the cracked stone to speak to it. And I'm only going to force one sentence out of your mouth. Everything else is going to be up to you roleplay wise. All you say is, who are you?
That tracks.
I am the oldest thing in this world. I live amongst the river and I breathe death. Give me a host, and we shall do everything to this world that they would not let me.
Okay, wait.
Sounds like butt
You
stuff.
said- Hold
What's
on,
your
hold on.
character's last name, by the way?
Huh?
What's your character's last name?
She doesn't have one.
Ah, is it to break ties with her dad?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Then fine. Your blood has an oath to me, and you will obey it.
So, okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to write down what he said so I can remember. He said, is the oldest thing left, and he sits by the river, and what?
He lives in the river and breathes death.
He sounds very pleasant.
Yeah.
He's a real chill dude. You know, at parties, he's great. And then he told you that your blood owes him a debt. Or a blood has an oath to him. Ooh, I realized how to finish your not finish, but continue your you know, personal story.
You could just do it instead of narrating that.
Oh, I know. I'm typing it in right now. I'm not gonna tell.
I'm just gonna be like,
So while she's doing that, Osiris, Adine, and I are just kind of like having a drink, and I clink it with them. I look over really confused afterwards. I'm like, how long was I out?
A while.
Yeah, say it's been a few hours, man.
Like I
His
go and I
drink is
touch
nowhere
his
to be
belly.
found. By the way, he is drunk and gone for a minute.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
can I do an Arcana check to see if I remember any, or like a history check to see if I remember any, like, being that could live in a river and breathe death?
Oh yeah, totally.
Entity.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me
Go
to do
ahead.
a history or?
Do both. I'm gonna combine the scores.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so my history was a 21,
Okay. Good start.
and my Arcana was a 19.
Okay, good enough for me. Total of 40. You don't remember a name, but you know that your father definitely had a being that he would converse with, essentially, who was very powerful, but apparently, at least at a time, bound. And when he was bound, you know, he was useless. He was just this bound creature or entity within a stone or a set of stones that, you know, were just a part of some vault. And amongst the many things that your father and his group did was find and liberate those stones. And when they did, the goal was to bring the demon with them, or the entity with them. But instead, what they ended up doing was sacrificing themselves to it so that it could commence the next step, which would eventually involve bringing them back. And that's what you remember from eavesdropping, listening, and learning from your dad.
So these people would go out, find the stones,
They found them in a vault somewhere.
and then they would break the stones, and then they would let them possess their bodies so that they could come back to power, essentially.
But obviously it didn't work out because, you know, you just found you just found two of the stones. You know, one of them's just like a soul stone, but one of them's like clearly a bit more than just a soul stone. And
Okay.
so that's all you're aware of so far in this, you know, grand endeavor.
Okay. I'm just like off in the cart. I'm just like journaling. I'm like writing some shit down, like trying to connect the dots, like just racking my brain, getting all the knowledge out into like a notebook that I have.
Okay. So, as the night continues, you put him away. You stop tolerating him being such a, talkative asshole for the night. And you all just keep drinking, having a good time. You wake up in strange places you don't remember going to sleep in. X-Ray, you're under a carriage. Osiris, you're somehow in a tree.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yep. And Adine, you're actually the only one that made it to a bed.
Nice.
Yep. Curiously though, you slept as if you were a raccoon. You balled yourself into a corner and just like.
Aw, little baby.
And you're still getting used to your new tools.
Got it.
And of course, Sakura, you actually fell asleep in like the flowers on the side of the road. Like not like in like a nice little grove. Like you basically like went to smell them and just like blacked out or passed out at some point within that process. Like you're like face first, one leg kind of half in the air, in the flowers.
Cool. Hopefully someone finds.
You all have much clearer dreams now.
Oh.
X-Ray, you see. What was the last thing I did for you on the Golem rod? It was Earth, or was it something else?
So I fashioned the earth rod, and you were giving me a hint that there was a form of like metal ring that would have to go around it.
Yes, if I remember right, you had stone.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, here it is. Okay, so you get a strange vision of, Odin, finally, reaching out to you and handing you a branch. A very flexible branch, almost like a vine, but not quite. And when you wake up under the carriage, you see in front of you a stick.
So I reach out to it, and I just check to see if it's as bendable as it was in my dream.
It absolutely is.
I'm kind of taking a moment to revel in the fact that my god hasn't forsaken me. I feel my connection, so I take my golem, my control rod out, and as it gets closer, it just kind of like naturally falls into a place.
Yep. Adine, your much more enlightening dream is the spirits are back, except this time they have brought you something and simply say like, do not lose your connection, for it is more important than you could possibly imagine. And then you see a vision of a grove with a single branch or a single not stick, but a sapling growing. Sapling was the word I was looking for. I'm losing it here.
No, not that. Shelp just sent in the internal chat just her little soul stone, and it goes, "I'm sassy." Hold on, I could throw this up here.
Yeah.
Just so it's on the stream, just for a second.
So, continuing, all you see is this grove with this sapling in it, and they say like, seek the Everwood. And then you just wake up Everwood.
The morning wood, got it.
Yeah.
Seek the morning wood. As you wake up with morning wood, you think like, I don't think this is what they meant. And you just kind of get up and move about your day and try to find clothes that will actually conceal it. Sakura.
Put my clothes back on.
I'll check this in a moment.
No, you have to
You-
check it now. You have to check it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Where is it? Oh, it's in the. I see.
It's
It's
in
on the
group.
internal chat.
Oh boy. Nope. Internal chat. So not crazy questers.
No.
No, or
No,
D&D one.
Sassy. Like it.
That's what I imagine he looks like.
Like that.
Or
It's
it.
there's no. It's kind of like an eye. Yeah, that's actually pretty close to what I imagined. Okay, so Sakura, you have a dream, and Adonis is in the dream. He's all that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Just a-
mentioned at
yeah.
one point that your unseen servant is your dad's spirit.
He
Or
yeah,
what's
he
supposed
like
to be?
takes the full, like the ghostly form of my father, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's not literal.
You know, like, because the unseen servant is kind of like, I imagine him as like a ghostly apparition kind of a thing.
Like the
Gotcha.
Speed Force.
Like almost invisible, but you can see him, you know?
I
Like,
gotcha.
but like, he's my dad.
Okay, so in this scenario, all you see is Adonis looking at what seems to be this very vague, ghostly visage of your father, and he's just looking at him like, almost like he's inquisitive. And he starts having a conversation with you, which is funny because you're talking, but you can't hear it. More mumbling, almost like, this. It's just sort of like you're there, but you can't understand it. It's like Charlie Brown's parents. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
wah 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 wah. And then the last thing you hear is like, "You got the eyes all wrong."
Wait, my dad's saying that?
No, it's the Adonis says that
Oh.
like out loud. The ghostly visage of your dad just sits there like stone faced, like an unseen servant. Like he's not, he can't speak. So, yeah. And that's the last thing you do, except you wake up to Adonis just standing there in front of you, like towering over you. Just like guarding, but also just there.
I'm just gonna look up at him and be like, do you have a name?
Stone face, nothing.
You need to spell speak with the undead.
Well, yeah, why don't I fucking have that spell? Shit.
I was going to
question.
give Osiris his much more clarifying dream.
He just walked away. I would just do it anyways, and
I'll tell him when he gets back. Anyway, so you all wake up, and what do you do with your morning before we set off again?
just a test to see how my power is. How are the cart's conditions right now? Just like worn and
No, they look fine. They're a little, one of them might have a mushroom on it.
well, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on that. Just
Con
burn
save?
it off. Even if I fail, it's 1. So. Oh yeah, I failed.
You fall to your knees as that thing dies, and you just suddenly have another crazy memory of Odin trying to hand you yet another thing. And yet, you can't see what it is. It's like he's holding something, but it's as if it's blurry, like a TV image. You know what I mean? It's like, if you even
Censored.
try to reach it, I need you to roll for, I'm going to say, super disadvantage on investigation, because you're going to investigate purely through touch in your dream, though. So
How do you
it's going to
do
be
super disadvantage?
Roll 3
think-
times. Take the worst one.
that works too. I was going to say, I think you can hit control or right control, I think is the big one. But yeah, there you go. Oh God, yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah.
You felt this like another ring essentially, and you're just like, what the? This could be glue for all I know. Like this could just be water.
Okay.
Or this could be like stone, but there's already a stone ring, so I'm good. So, yeah. Continuing. So, as you guys get ready to set off, does anyone else have anything else to do for the morning?
I'm gonna pull the stone out.
Oh boy. Wait, of Adonis or the other one?
Of my bag. Sorry,
Okay.
the cracked one.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I'm going to just hold it in my fist at my side. And I'm just gonna kind of turn away so nobody can see my mouth moving. And I'm just gonna be like, "What's your name?"
By accepting my name, you will invoke the pact. Are you willing to invoke the pact?
Do you know what my name is?
Sakura.
And how do you know that?
I have lived in your father's house for 30 years before I was lost to the wind.
And what's the pact?
The eye almost, it's not able to move, but with the way the dust is moving inside of it, you're almost convinced it's like looking around like it's wanting a way out of this conversation.
I'm just gonna ask again. I'm just gonna be like, "What is the pact?
I will grant you incredible power.
What is the real pact?"
I will give you incredible necromantic power at the price of thousands of souls.
Whose
I will
soul?
give you control of the land, and you will find the pieces of me amongst the souls of necromancers in stones. When joined together, you will release me, and I will decimate this plane.
Cool.
leaving
So
you
definitely
to
not agreeing to the pact.
leaving you to live forever.
I mean, first of all, no. Second of all, this isn't all of you.
There are 3 within the vicinity.
Including you?
There are 4 more that are too far away for me to feel.
Are you including yourself in the 3 that are near?
Yes. Roll for Arcana.
$18.
Okay. You can feel the dust begin to whirl inside this thing, and you feel a signal or a pulse go out. And as you do that, you see Adonis twitch.
Oh.
Roll for Arcana again.
Oh. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so the one in Adonis is also part of him.
Possibly, yes.
Sorry, I'm just writing things down. This seems really important.
Totally.
Why?
Well, okay. Shit. That was an 11.
So, you you're on 11. You are barely, and you can feel it, holding on to your control, or essentially your creation, Adonis. He is beginning to fight back against not being alive, but being under someone else's dominion.
But Adonis isn't. It's the eye.
It's what's in the eye, yes.
Okay. So what would happen if I were to crush the stone? I'm asking him.
You could not crush the stone.
What would happen if I crushed the stone?
As you say it with more force, he seems almost obligated to answer. If you were to crush the stone, I would simply move that piece to another stone.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah. With disadvantage.
Fuck!
Doesn't get much more disadvantage than a nat 1.
Yeah, I rolled
Yeah.
a 5. Okay.
Wait, what was it? You got a 5?
A nat 1.
A nat
Oh.
1 plus 4, so 5, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
So,
So, this
yeah,
is a
remind me, guys.
question. I'm
Just
sorry,
real
go ahead.
quick question here. Did you guys this is more I just remembered this out of nowhere. Did you guys take any of the black dragon eggs
No?
I
from
don't.
the thing?
No, we couldn't.
You said they were too big to carry.
They were too heavy. They were too
Too
big.
big. They were too big to carry. Like just like throw them in your bag. You'd have to like haul them.
Yeah, no, we
But
didn't
yeah,
do it.
basically.
Yeah,
were-
we were about to die, so we just didn't.
All right, cool. All right. With that,
I have a question for the DM.
of course.
If I were to take the stone out of Adonis
Uh huh.
and then just reanimate him like normal, would I be able to do that, or would he like disintegrate when I take the eye out?
No, you'd be able to. You'd be able to. Oh wait, you mean like permanently? No, he would be.
Not permanently. Like I would have to re-up it every 24 hours, essentially.
Oh, no. He would just be a normal undead then. Like no fighter levels, no leveling up, nothing.
So it would reset him basically to nothing.
Correct.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Not the biscuit.
But like he would still have like an AC of 20 and like his HP would still be 97 and shit like that, right?
On the normal spell, I believe there is an actual like, what do you call it?
In the
On the normal
description.
spell, I'm pretty sure there is an actual like stats. So no, I don't believe so.
I'll look into it real quick.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure like when you do the normal spell, it's supposed to be like something you would actually summon.
No, animate dead is I have to like find a corpse and animate it.
Okay, gotcha.
So if that's just like his stats and I
So yeah,
animate
then
him,
he would have his stats then, and then that would
right? Okay. So it would basically be as he is now. He just wouldn't have his shield. He would just only have his sword,
correct.
essentially.
Yep. Or if if you have really bad luck, he would actually drop his sword and just start hitting people with a shield. When you animate him, that is. Or you just start punching them. It could be anything.
Okay. I'm gonna put the stone back in my bag,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk over to Adonis. Does the eye in him like seem to be pulsing or anything?
No, the pulsing seems to be done. He's just, what's the right word? He's just back to normal, stone face, staring off in the distance.
Okay. I'm gonna turn back to the group like nothing happened. And that's it.
All right, so day let's call it.
You still have to go over Osiris's.
That's right. Osiris is back. Okay.
You're
I
dang
can tell you
right.
what your super clarifying dream is.
Oh boy.
So, yours will be much simpler than a few of the others. So basically, this is going to help you narrow down your family.
Oh. Okay.
The only thing that you remember suddenly is not this terrifying dream of a kraken attacking. You remember the memory how it actually happened. You and your shipmates fought off a luminescent kraken at sea during a giant storm. When you did, you told your captain that it was time, like after such a close call, it was time for you to head home and find out what's become of your family. And when you get there, of course, your story continues, yada yada. The last thing your captain ever said to you before you got off the boat the next week, when you arrived at port, was, "Get out of here quickly, because no one ever truly escapes the sea." But then he also hands you a letter that basically, he says, "Your father sent this a long time ago.
That bastard.
Didn't have a heart to tell you, but he said to seek the temple on the hill of," and then it sort of just blurs out to what city it was.
Okay.
And that's
Well,
it.
frick. Okay.
All right, so now I get to roll a bunch of d20s. Day 12 is uneventful. Would anyone like to do any quick free time activities?
No.
I'm gonna try to pry deeper into that dream of Odin trying to hand me something.
Okay, roll for a religion check.
21.
Okay, so you can see without question that it is a ring of steel.
Is there anything special about the steel, or is it just like it was steel?
It is just metal. It is a metal ring, a steel ring, fitted to slide onto a rod, essentially.
Gotcha. The steel cock ring of power.
Steel
Yes.
cock ring of power, that's correct.
Lord.
Anybody else?
I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be on the cart rebraiding Adonis's hair, but my facial, as I'm gonna be trying to make my face look as unbothered as possible, but if
Okay.
you looked at me for longer, you would see that I am very bothered by something,
Okay.
but I'm trying to hide it.
Anybody else? Nope.
Can we
No,
ask
that's okay.
Aiden how she's dealing with that he is dealing with the random boners that now pop up?
Wrong die.
Are you going to ask?
No, I asked.
It's interesting, to say the least. I can empathize with a man now, which is not something I'd ever thought I'd say.
I can give you
Wait,
some
is-
trousers if that might hide it a little bit better than the gown you're wearing.
Nah, I like the breeze.
And then you just hear
Truly, we
Istrid just
understand
mumble
that.
to himself like, "Greatest problem a man has. No reason. No reason boners." All right, continuing then.
Yep.
The next day. Here we go. Oh, okay. Roll. Ignore those. These may change. Nope, they won't be changing. Okay. As you take off for the morning, you see some birds, flying around, and I need all of you to make a nature check.
15.
All right.
9.
17.
I'm actually going to be laying on my back on the cart looking up, so that's how I see the birds.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. So that would mean X-Ray and Osiris, you both have a, as we know, secretly brotherly moment of both shouting out Peritons, because that's what these are, Peritons.
Peritons.
Okay.
The parrot?
Yes.
Have we seen them before?
Since you know what they are, you're also very well aware that these are heart eaters. They are going to attempt to probably attack the carts to eat some hearts.
All right.
Wow.
Yes. So, one second, just putting in some information. There we go. And display.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, those look cool.
So, as you are noticing, you see a couple of them in a nest, and you see two of them just flying around, doing their thing, being birds. And, you just...
Never mind. You're good.
You just don't really, you're not that concerned about it at first. And that's when you hear this, terrifying call come out of one of them. And you see the 4 in the nest just take off. And the 2 that are in the air immediately begin diving. Roll for initiative.
Well, fuck. Nat 20.
14.
15.
9. Am I playing as Goons or is Goons sleeping?
Goons is sleeping.
All right.
Goons may have fallen asleep during the drunken escapades and ended up on a different cart.
Okay.
So that's how we're gonna deal with that. All right. So we got that one, and that one, and that one. All right, good. 2 to go. Now what the hell? Why don't these roll? There we go. And then of course, Istrick. That was not what I meant to roll. Anyway, okay. Descending order, go. All right. So with that, Osiris, you nat 20, so you will be going first.
All right.
Wait, I rolled 13.
Oh, my bad. Say 13?
14.
14. Gotcha. All right.
And Adina is also not in the roll.
I want that.
She got a.
I may have forgotten to click my character.
It's all right.
That explains it.
All right. Sakura is a 14. And what'd you roll, Adina?
A 15.
15. Okay. All right, continuing. Osiris, you are up first, and you get to go twice.
All right. Well, obviously, knowing that I can't do much from here, I'm going to basically do the same thing. Let's cut. We're going to cast Ray of Frost at this guy.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it to roll. That sucks. Well,
So
considering
that's a crit fail.
yeah,
So you
considering
just spiral to avoid this, and actually, that is not what I clicked. Thank you very much. And it moves closer.
all right. Well, we're gonna do the same frickin' thing as my second turn because they're in the air and I can't touch them.
Okay. Second one is a hit.
Ooh, all right.
8 damage, which means, guess what, guys? There's a new creature to add into the XP charge.
Ooh.
Yay.
Ooh.
I mean, I
Carry
hope so.
turns. XP is. Yeah, I'm not telling you that. But no. And then. Boom.
That's so much XP.
All right.
Damn.
Oh, the highest XP thing you guys have fought is still to this day that dragon that
Yeah.
most of you didn't try to hit. If I remember
I
right.
wasn't there.
Fair
Right.
enough. All right, and continuing.
Are the
Osiris,
carts moving right now or no?
the carts are moving. They're moving at a pretty good clip, and now that the birds are attacking, most of the carts are moving even faster.
Okay.
So, and next week, I'm going to build a much bigger map because that's when some of the group encounters are going to start happening.
Yay. Friends.
I might even separate you guys.
Oh, no.
Parties of strangers. All right. Anyway. All right, Cyrus, is that it?
Yeah, sorry, that's all for my turn.
All right. Istrick is going to. Oh, yeah, that's right. He has no range, does he? Except for a couple of weird spells for his abilities. Well, then he is going to ready for when one of them comes too close. And speak of the devil. So flying, these things have a speed of 60 feet. So,
Awesome.
9. So this thing comes swooping in, and it goes to gore him, and then hit him with his talons, but it misses both. And thankfully that means that Istrick also gets to hit it with a hand axe, and wow. Okay, so I guess that's happening. Yep. Minus 13. Okay. Next up, we have Adine. I'm sorry, Aiden.
I'll go with I think that's cool. Actually, it's just out. Oh, we try that. I'll cast Entangle on this one.
You want to entangle this one? Okay. So, yeah, he's not that far off the ground, actually, because he's dive bombing at the carriage. So you have vines basically leap from the ground, or leap from you to attempt to tangle up this thing's wings. And since you guys are moving, this is actually a really good strategy here. Okay, this thing's going to roll, what is that, strength? Yeah. And it fails. So it tumbles to the ground. And since we're moving at a pretty decent clip, and these are birds, yeah, it smacks the ground for 5 damage.
Nice.
Anything else, Adine?
No.
All right. Okay, so Sakura, you're up.
How far up from the ground are they?
So the ones that are like dive bombing at you guys are about 20 feet off the ground.
Okay. I'm going to use Tasha's Mind Whip on this one right here. So it needs to make an intelligence save.
All right. No immunities, so there it is. All right. Got a 13.
It fails. It takes 9 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to tell Adonis to attack the one that's attacking Istrick.
All right, so I need to pull up Adonis's character sheet because.
I have it up.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I guess have Adonis. So Adonis moves in, and if you can attack him with the longsword.
Sorry, refreshed. Ooh, nat 1.
Oof. Okay. So as Adonis does that, this thing basically lands its one claw on him, like pushing the sword out of the way, and then goes to peck him in the face, but also fails. Okay. So his turn's over. The Periton over here is going to move in on X-Ray and attempt to gore and talon him. Wow. So X-Ray, take a total of 12 damage. Unless you can beat a 24. 24 on both.
Alright, well, I can impose disadvantage with my flare.
Okay.
So he has disadvantage on attacking me for this turn.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought that was like a...
No, when you
Alright.
attack by a
Oh, well.
creature that can be blinded within 30 feet that you can see, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
All right, so the goring actually became a crit fail. So when the flare went up, he just basically missed completely. What are you gonna do to him?
I'll strike an axe down at him.
All right.
Of course, 8.
So because he missed so badly, you weren't ready for it, and you also missed. And what's your AC?
17.
Okay. The talons now miss, so you actually took 0 damage.
Perfect.
Okay. One of the other ones that's taking off comes in for Sakura with a gore and a talon, and definitely missed because a 7 and a 9 don't hit anybody.
No, they don't.
So. Okay. All right. So. X-Ray, you're up.
Hmm.
All right,
So,
guys. Let's find out. Is he gonna do the thing?
No, actually, but thanks.
Okay.
I am going to step right next to Sakura. And I'm going to cast Sanctuary. So now whenever anybody tries to target me with an attack, they have to make a wisdom save, or they have to redirect it at somebody else, or lose their attack. And that is a bonus action. And then after
Wait,
that...
so basically all your attacks are going to get redirected at Sakura?
No, not necessarily, because there's also Spirit Guardians. So now I have like 3 Valkyries that are just like flying around me right now.
Alright.
And anything within 15 feet gets their movement halved. And they have to make a wisdom saving throw. So both those creatures right next to me have to make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Okay. 2 wisdom saves coming up. Both fail.
So they're each going to take 17 radiant damage.
Yep. So as these 2 things are flapping around in front of you guys, they are assaulted by a heavy amount of radiant damage. And with that, X-Ray, your character... Wow, the timing on that. Wait a minute. No, that
Is
doesn't add
this
up.
it?
I think it is. X-Ray, you didn't level up last time, right?
No, I wasn't at 14,000 yet.
You just leveled up.
Fuck yeah.
Apparently, through Quest XP, so did Gnome Skillet, but we'll worry about that later. Or Goons.
How?
I give 100 XP every mission that you guys beat.
I know, but
As
he's
a
been
minimum.
God.
That's what I do.
Magic.
It's my like minimalist way of making certain people like at least get something so they keep up if they're out of the game for a while. I do the same thing for Norwin. If she ever chooses to join us, her character is level 4.
She actually did reach out to me like a month ago saying she wanted to rejoin. She's just like, she's been like bouncing around jobs, so she hasn't had like a set schedule for like 3 months now. So she's trying to get back to us.
Oh, that's fine. Take her time, but when she wants to, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have if at this point with how long the absences have been with like Goons and her, if they come back, I'm gonna have like a 30 or like 15-minute like, here's what you've been doing in the meantime.
Yeah.
To kind of give them a chance to get some XP, and then other than that, they've been getting like 100 per mission that gets completed and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So minor amounts, but compared to you guys, especially minor amounts. But yeah, something to help them keep up a little. So all right, X-Ray, anything else?
No, I'm just going through my level up now.
All right. So yeah, so as you did that, you see the energy from the Spirit Guardians hit these things, and it's almost like it comes back to you, and you finally feel like the full Odin's presence again, like you used to. Gift you with more power.
Okay.
And with that, Periton. So this Periton moves in because it needs to feed its babies when they're born, and attempts to gore Osiris. Now the big net. Oh wow, crit. Okay. Now, of course, the first thing that's going to happen, obviously, is since. All right. Hey, Adam. Sanctuary is 5 feet or 30 feet out.
Sanctuary is anything that tries to attack me within 30 feet.
Oh. Okay.
You have to directly be targeting him.
Yeah.
So, radiant damage. But this thing did step into your 15 feet, so I will be rolling the wisdom save.
Yep.
But that's okay, because there's no way that's going to kill him. So, yep, he failed.
So
Barely.
I roll the damage. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, it might fail. Who knows?
It's only 6 damage.
Okay. He definitely didn't die. So, with that, Osiris, what's your AC?
17.
Okay, it's definitely not 22. All right. So you take 6 piercing damage from a beak, and then after that, he digs his talons into your arm for 14 damage critical.
Okay.
Yep. But okay. Anyway, all right. After that, we have another Periton who's going to move in, and because I'm me, and I'm going to keep making them attack because they're birds and they're hungry. First, they're going to do the wisdom save. So, Adam, can you roll damage real quick again?
Yep.
Thank you. Wisdom save. Oh, they passed. Okay, so only half of whatever you say.
So they take 7.
It's worse than the last one. Damn it. Alright, so that's 7, and then they are going to try to attack you. So they're going to take another wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
And crit fail, and end up finding themselves attacking one of their fellows. And with that, hilariously, it tried to redirect as it dive bombed you and killed its friend.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, so that just
So does Axra get the XP for this kid?
No.
No.
I know.
Hilariously, no. So, all right. And the last one crit failed, so it had a bad takeoff from its nest and doesn't get to do anything. Now, with that, you notice someone runs up or like jumps off a horse or one of the other carts and lands on your cart. A knight.
Oh. Okay.
And, yeah, and let me get his sheet open here. It's a simple knight. It's not. There's no character sheet for him or anything like that. It's just a knight. But he's here, so you know, there's that. And as he gets here, he pops out his heavy crossbow, and gets ready to fight. So, with that, Osiris, you're up again. I'll try to get through another round, but we'll see how that goes.
I think we clarified this last time, and I'm just trying to remember. Do I get 3 or 4 attacks? Because
It's essentially 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I know the 1 is like 1d4 damage instead of 2d4. But
Yeah.
okay. So obviously we're gonna slash out the first time here. Now that you're within reach of me, I'm gonna assume that connects.
Oh yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Is he still standing after that?
It is. It's so it's been slashed, but it kind of just like does a little backflip and is right in front of you again.
Then of course we're going to attack again. I don't know how to necessarily roll for that secondary damage.
That's all right. We'll just take the first one. So that 3 plus 3, we would take the 3. But that second swing misses. So.
Ooh. All right. Well then, okay. Since I made 2 attacks, this will be a regular one.
Yep.
That still
one's
misses.
gonna miss.
And we're gonna do it again. That one connects, but probably
That one definitely connects. So, yep. So that one is like your backswing, but I only take. So I'm gonna take 2 plus 4, so that's a total of 6.
Yep.
So take off that extra. There we go. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Just checking on something. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for them. Okay, yeah, you're good.
All right. So Istrik, now that the thing is right in front of him, swings out with his great axe.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's a crit fail. Okay. So obviously he's going to swing again, but first, oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, so this thing is just really going to try to kill him. So first it's going to go in for the gore, and it gets a crit success. Oh my god, what is happening here? So this thing gets him like, it essentially got him like right in the heart. And then as he swung again, its talons reach up and get him again. Wow. So he just lost 22 health in one turn from missing on his own attacks. And now it's that thing's turn. So it's going to try to gore and talon him again. And hilariously, the first one's a crit fail. So, oh my god. So Istrik's going to try again with the Great Axe of Lightning, and it hits. And you see this thing just burst into sparks as it hits the ground and falls into like an ashy pile. Oh my god, that was annoying. Alright. So, Adine.
Fuck it up.
I'm thinking that one's too far. I don't have the card.
Sorry.
I am going to cure wounds on Istrik.
It is appreciated. You just see his like hulking, ragey form just get a little bit more invigorated suddenly, just like, yeah.
That's it.
Anything? That's it? Alright. Let me put in. There we go. Okay. Alright. Sakura, you're up.
I am going to attack the dude in front of me with a... Need him to make a con save.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Con save. Periton. There he is. He failed. He failed bad.
Lit. He gets 5 damage.
All right. So, what did you do? What is your spell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I used poison spray, so I sprayed acid on his face.
Nice. All right. So yeah, he just took a puff of poison right to his throat. Anything else?
I'm gonna quickly look over at Adonis and see if he's glitching or anything.
No, he's still doing what he's supposed to do. Adam, can you swing a longsword attack?
There's
Oh,
no one to swing
actually,
at.
there's
The
no
one in
enemy.
front of him is dead, though.
That's true. I forgot. Okay. What are you gonna tell Adonis to do this turn?
He does have javelins.
He does have javelins.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him to throw a javelin at that one, this guy right here.
Okay. All right. So that is going to miss.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
If it's one of the ones in front of me at the beginning of its turn, it has to roll that wisdom save.
Yep, it is. So wisdom. That is a fail. So how much damage is it taking this time?
Hold on, I'm trying to get to it right now. 17.
Yeah. So you see this spirit guardian just lash out with its let's say spiritual weapon, and this thing just it gets obliterated in a burst of radiant energy.
Lit.
All right. So let's add that in. All right. So. Anything else? No, it's not your turn. Now it's your turn.
Now
Yeah.
it's my turn.
Yes. So with that thing dead, it's your turn.
So I'm actually gonna maintain my focus on this, but I'm going to ready the dodge action.
Okay. So Periton is going to attempt to gore you, and that is a critical hit.
He has to
So,
wisdom. He has to wisdom save.
That's right. Wisdom 1, 11. Wisdom 2, so he failed. So go ahead and roll that damage, and he failed both. So roll the
So
damage,
he
and then
takes 12 damage, and if he's not dead, he can redirect his attack or lose it.
yeah. So that's the thing. So Sakura, you are going to take 13 damage.
God damn.
And then the talons are going to reach back and attempt to hit X-Ray again, and another fail. So Sakura, I'm so sorry. You're going to take another 9 piercing damage from the talons.
Well, she's
Dang.
looking real rough, y'all.
All right, and with that, the next one is going to be the knight. So he's going to move up next to Adine, who just realized he's there, because she was doing her job as a healing Istrick, and she just looks to her right and sees this knight firing 2 crossbow shots. One misses, and then the second one, he looks really pissed off, and it strikes this Periton in the chest, but this thing is still alive. And
Okay.
with that, now it is that one's turn, and it is going to attack Osiris.
It also is still within range of Spirit Guardians, so it has to make a
Goddamn.
wisdom save.
All right, failed.
Only 9.
Wow. Okay, so this thing is holding on by essentially a feather. Like, it is flapping, but it's clearly getting ready to go down, and it needs to eat something, which means it puts all of its effort into getting Osiris. The first one misses. The talons lock into your other arm again for 6 piercing damage.
Oof.
And now this one finally gets to take off and goes right for Adonis. Fails and fails. Okay. Osiris.
All right. Okay, we're still going. Okay.
Wait, that's right. We're not going to continue. Yeah, as you guys, as that round closes, you look around, and although most of the birds are dead, you see another one flapping in from behind. You assume it might have been chasing that knight when he was working his way up the caravan to get to your set of carts.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to roll that thing's initiative, just for the sake of next week. And Sakura, I'm going to need you to do an Arcana check real quick. And then that will be the last thing we do.
Oh man, that was almost a nat 20. 15.
Okay. You can still feel the pulse, not the pulse, but you can feel the energy like resonating from your backpack. Whatever that thing was trying to do when it sent out that pulse, it is still trying. And that's it.
All right.
All right. Well, I kind of think the guys this the other day. Thanks for tuning into 1 year of our Hoard campaign. We actually started it a year ago tomorrow.
Aw.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Derek, when is the Horde 2 campaign next? Do we know yet?
So we are, I'm just letting you guys know, we are rescheduling to Mondays
Ooh.
because apparently just some schedules have changed. Some people got new jobs or their jobs have changed, either way. So we're going to be rescheduling to Mondays next Monday.
Yeah.
So the
Why don't we
20th.
say stay tuned to our Discord, stay tuned to our Facebook
Yep.
for the updates with times and dates.
Of details.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
But I 100% know this. It will be the June 20th for this one.
Got it.
So,
And then we
Yeah,
pick up on the
quickly
21st
up
with
by
Ryan.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. With that, everyone, thank you for checking in. We'll see you all next week.
See you
next
later.
Bye.
Bye.